Yes, Rahul, very briefly, it is very rare for Kapil, my good friend, to make an error, but today, unfortunately, I think he has. When he talked about, lamenting the fact that Australians have come up with this word, but Indians haven't or others haven't, let me remind him, one, that the Russian ITAS TASS agency clearly specified 45 Chinese had died in February of 2021. And in 2020 of June itself, when the clashes happened, here is an Indian report quoted by ANI saying that according to Indian Army and intelligence reports, 43 casualties have been on the Chinese side. I'm sorry, there is an ad of chappal. Maybe there is a metaphorical message here for my good friend Kapil Madan. But the fact is, Kapil, you've been found wanting today. The truth is that Indians have always reported that more than 40 Chinese died and more than 20 of our brave Jawans died. So please get your facts right.
Let me now bring in Dr. Ranganathan. Dr. Ranganathan, before I get the two politicians in, yesterday I heard something that rankled. And I didn't want to do the debate yesterday because I really wanted to deep dive into the facts myself. Yesterday, the Congress Party Supremo, or the acting Supremo, or the next Supremo, or what have you, came out in Parliament and said in clear terms that Chinese have clarity of vision and purpose. Don't underestimate it. On the basis of the great gallantry that is today coming forth from Anthony Clan's investigative journalism and the Klaxon, which is obviously a magazine there, do you believe that India underestimates China, doesn't have the resolve to stand up to China, has allowed the Chinese a free run so much so that it has even isolated us?
No, good evening, Rahul, and good evening to all my fellow panelists. Look, looking at the Galwan terrain, many might ask, why protect every inch of it with all your might? Nothing grows on it. Well, let me tell you now what grows on it, Rahul, our resolve. And I have to say this because you mentioned your namesake, Rahul Gandhi. Rahul, I am disgusted by how our own people were peddling Chinese propaganda for close to 4 years now. And today's revelation from the Australian newspaper or magazine has given them a bloody nose. It is now beyond doubt that the Chinese weren't expecting India to react the way that we did. That June 15th night in 2020, they weren't expecting the bravery of our soldiers fighting off with bare hands. Bare hands, they were fighting weapons made out of barbed wire, even as they fell into their deaths in that freezing Galwan below. They weren't expecting suffering more than 40 casualties, as is what the proof has been provided today. But I want to make a larger point, and here, I hope people have learned their lesson. It concerns all those who never lose an opportunity to raise an alarm at every opportunity their master eye China provides them with. And I'm not talking of communists here, Rahul. I'm talking of people from the Congress Party. And it is important because these very same people thought nothing of Chinese transgressions before 2014 during Congress rule. Let me remind them what they said. In fact, one of them is your panelist right now. I quote, "The India-China border is not yet defined, and so when the Chinese make incursions, it only means that they haven't entered our territory," unquote. Now China occupied 640 square kilometers of eastern Ladakh during the UPA, a fact reiterated by UPA's own foreign secretary. China managed to make nearly 600 incursions into the Indian side between 2010 and 2013. On July 12, 2013, the Chinese entered 28 kilometers deep into our territory at Depsang. On June 17, 2013, the Chinese transgressed deep into Chumar, an incursion the UPA did not disclose for 3 weeks for fear of public anger, forcing cancellation of the defense minister visit to China. Now, when you quote these facts, what is the response of these muppets? Oh, this is whataboutery, they say. Well, the truth is that they are acutely embarrassed by their selectivity. Embarrassed that they were silent when China was bullying us during the UPA. They want to give the impression that China is transgressing only post-2014. I would have respected them had they raised their voices then as they are doing now, Rahul.
अरे सुधरो रे अभी तो सुधर जाओ.
तो दोस्तों अगर आपने वीडियो यहाँ तक देखी है तो वीडियो ज़रूर थोड़ी बहुत आपको अच्छी लगी होगी, इसलिए वीडियो को लाइक कर दीजिए, शेयर कर दीजिए और ऐसे ही वीडियो अगर आप और देखना चाहते हैं तो मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए। धन्यवाद।